The Raptors lose to the Cleveland Cavaliers on opening night. 136-106 is your final. You're watching Raptors Tonight. Welcome to the show. I'm Randy Urban, joined by Akil, Augustine. How you doing, friend?
I'm doing okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a rough first night for the boys.
Okay, well, let me get your answer for this. What were your first impressions?
Honestly, kind of on par with what my expectations were after watching preseason. This hasn't been a healthy team, and this hasn't been a team that has a lot of time together. So many different things have to go right for you to start a season with a new cast of characters, a new philosophy, right? Because this team is still incorporating ideas that Dark was brought in this year. So, I mean, it's on par. I think we all have to be very patient with this group and understand exactly where we're at. Masai said it in the offseason. It's a rebuild.
Yeah, so what specifically tonight do you think went wrong? Because when I'm watching the second quarter of this one, I just felt like Cleveland's length was a problem. What did you see?
Yeah, definitely size-wise. For the Toronto Raptors, size is an issue. That's why Bruno Fernando was the 15th guy, right? When you've got Kelly with the back issues, you're going to put a lot of minutes on Yak. And then even outside of Yak, there aren't a lot of guys that fit that traditional big man mold for the Toronto Raptors. And length kills. And you've seen there's a lot of guards on this roster, right? Not a lot of the type of guards that play the passing lanes with long arms. So, I mean, that's going to be a big transition for this group. NBA-level defenses that have long bodies. But here's the thing for me, and I think this is the thing that we got to focus on. I think this is your next question. Is it about Scotty Barnes?
No, it wasn't about Scotty Barnes. It was about the guard play. It was about Emmanuel quickly going down and then having that depth. At least the Raptors have some depth now. That injury, first of all, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, and he got up and he tried to play through and fight through, but obviously he was not on the bench for the remainder of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk quickly, and I'll say this. How much does it suck that the most effective guy on the floor left 13 points in 14 minutes, and someone who really forces the defense to extend, right? I forgot who said it. I think it was Matt Bonner said to me, the best way to become more athletic is to shoot the ball, right? Because it creates so many more opportunities for you offensively. And I think that's what the Raptors were lacking, especially the guy that once he crosses the half-court line, you have to step up on. That creates more opportunity, more passing lanes, easier to break down the defense. It became really tough for them to do that.
You wanted to talk about Scotty Barnes. What do you want to talk about?
This is the process, okay? You want to be the man, you want to wear those shoes, then part of it becomes you slide up the pecking order and the scouting report. Like, even think about last year, OG, Pascal, these guys were on the roster. Scotty's the guy everyone's keying on. So when you see a night like tonight when he struggles, because I think at times there wasn't enough off-ball movement, he tried to go one-on-one against a big defender like Mobley, you're going to struggle. And so there are a couple of tricks and nuanced things that he's got to learn, and it comes through experience right now.
And Raptor fans have to understand that Scotty Barnes can take over games.
Yeah.
When you have a player that can take over a game, you're in a good situation despite how it went tonight, right?
Yeah, it comes with experience. Like, you can't just walk in your first game and say, okay, I know exactly what to do. I think he learned some things tonight about how defenses are going to key on him, especially towards the end of quarters. Those are big momentum swings in NBA games. But it's all part of the learning process, and the most important thing is how he responds in practice and in the next
Let's talk about Gradey Dick, because I was impressed with a lot of, obviously he can score the ball, but he's diving for loose balls, he's blocking shots. He was doing a lot tonight.
Bad things can be good things too, is a philosophy I live my life by. And the RJ Barrett injury obviously is bad, but what it does do is put an extra fire under Gradey, because you're missing a guy who's going to give you automatically 20 points per game.
Yeah.
That's RJ's reputation since he's been a Raptor, right?
Yeah.
He's getting you 20. So you're missing that offense. Darko recognized it, and so they put an extra emphasis on this young guy, saying, hey, guess what? You got the green light. Let's see how aggressive you can be. And I think that opens things up for a young guy, especially when you're trying to, normally when you come in for your minutes, try to fit in.
Yeah.
No, you're like, I'm here to score.
Yeah.
I'm filling in someone else's role, and I think it takes some of the pressure off.
Do you think when you're like a guy like Gradey Dick and the coach is now believing in you, you're going to start, you're going to play this many minutes, how much does that settle in?
It changes everything, because I think last year everyone was looking at him like, ooh, what's he going to do? What's he going to do?
Right.
And so there's that trepidation, there's that fear, and then there's that, hey, I'm 19 years old.
And then there's this happening right beside
What's
us.
up, fam? But, the jump from 19 to 20 is huge, and the jump from season 1 to season 2 is huge for Gradey, simply because now they kind of know what he does,
right,
and they know where he can excel. So they're just saying, do those things, and everything else will come off of it.
Damon Stoudemire was in the building
My
today.
guy, spent some time with him.
You got a great story. I was interviewing you for Open Gym, and you said you booed when he was picked. So now he's your guy. When did he become your guy?
His rookie season.
Okay.
Right after I realized, oh yeah, the O'Bannons suck. I wanted Ed or Charles O'Bannon. I got Damon Stoudemire. Looking back 30 years later, Damon Stoudemire is my favorite Raptor point guard simply because of the size factor.
I thought under like a sub 6 foot guard, you would have been all in on that.
Yeah, but you have to remember Tyus Edney, who was like 5'7", played for UCLA with Ed O'Bannon. So it was 6 degrees of short guy that had me loving the O'Bannons.
Yeah. All right, gonna stop it there. Great story. I'm gonna tell Damon you're now his number one fan.
He knows. We kicked it today.
Next game for the Raptors goes Friday night at Scotiabank Arena. Tip-off goes at 7 p.m. They're taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Thanks for watching Raptors Tonight.